So with the new year coming about for 2023, it's time to talk about WarThunder and what I think it's going to be doing in the next year. So I think the starting off of this video should be talking about how WarThunder has done in 2022. And to be honest, it has done very crazy stuff whenever it comes to adding new content, adding events. And one of the biggest complaints that I've actually had from 2022 is putting in the time to be able to get everything done within the game. There's been so many events, there's been so many new updates, so many vehicles actually that have come to game that have been vehicles people have been requesting since at least I've been playing since like 2014. Like even the A10 was requested back in that era of WarThunder, you know, coming to the game. And seeing stuff like the A10 come to the game, seeing stuff like the F14, the SU-25, even the F16 MiG-29s coming into the game, it's crazy to actually see what WarThunder has actually become. So remember to like and sub to the channel, it is very much appreciated. And also I did make a promise, and since we've hit 5,000 subscribers, you guys have now a Discord you can now call home and see the new WarThunder and Enlisted updates, and as well as just seeing normal like data mine stuff. And really the big thing is being able to like, you know, PM or, you know, ping me or something like that to be able to get my opinions directly from me, which is really cool. Now on to the video. Now I don't think WarThunder is ever going to have like a 2021 2022 type year ever again, just because the amount of content that we've got within these 2 years have been pretty much insane. There really hasn't been a stop in sight whenever it comes to adding new vehicles to the game. And to be honest, we're at a point now in WarThunder where at least for the tank side, we're kind of done. Like if you look at all of the major tech trees, there really isn't many vehicles you can add that are either like, you know, new to the game at the top tier of WarThunder. Really the tank development within just real life has been very, very stagnant whenever it comes to just building new tanks and all that sort of stuff as well. Really, to me at least, for like the tanks, where it's going to really shine at is the vehicles that are kind of like prototypes from like the World War II Cold War era. I don't really think there's many like MBTs that you can actually add. You know, maybe you can put in the 140s, the good old Thumper for America, or, you know, the 140 for the Leopard, or even the Leclerc. But yeah, to be honest, there's not really much whenever it comes to just adding new shiny vehicles for ground forces. I believe they're kind of just done at this point. And the big thing that WarThunder is going to probably focus on within 2023 is definitely going to be aircraft, and it's definitely going to be naval, which is pretty interesting to think about. So the next thing I think WarThunder is going to focus on a ton of, and that's going to be the good old mobile market. So if you don't like mobile games, too bad. It seems like WarThunder is going to be taking their stride or their chance at a WarThunder mobile like type game. And there's already been like beta testing for it. I'm not really sure where the progress of the game is right now. I think it's still in like an alpha like beta testing stage for certain people around the world, but it pretty much looks like the basics of WarThunder. It's even going to have some mechanics in WarThunder that we currently don't have within the game right now, like submarines, and as well as good old playable carriers. And also, you know, it's going to have like super big battleships like Yamato and probably Iowa even. And it's pretty interesting to see what that's going to do. How's it going to affect the game as a whole? Is it going to actually do anything to the game? Is it just going to be a separate entity within the Gaijin ecosphere? Not really sure. And we will definitely have to see what happens with WarThunder Edge or WarThunder Legends or whatever it was called. So whenever it comes to aircraft, I think this is probably going to be the biggest expansion that we see within 2023. I don't think though, for one thing, I don't think there's going to be as much hype whenever it comes to aircraft now, because we've kind of hit that era of aircraft where people really did not think it was coming. And to be honest, whenever it comes to like adding vehicles to WarThunder now, it's not really a if it will come, it's really just when will it come. You know, when will the F15 come? When will the SU like 27 come? When will all of these wonderful vehicles come to game? And to be honest, it's just going to be a time thing. But yeah, like I think the big thing is that we kind of expect these vehicles to come now. And it's not really going to be as much hype as the F16 or the MiG-29. You know, sometimes those two vehicles have pretty much gave one of the biggest boosts, at least I've seen in a very long time, to WarThunder, just because, you know, people like modern jets. It's stuff that they can go see at air shows. It's stuff that they can see in real life, even see some perform. And it's really cool to see. And, you know, it's something that, at least to me, is not the type of gameplay that I prefer, just because it's kind of like a dog-eat-dog world whenever it comes to that. And it's not really fun to me, but I do understand why people play it. Now, for the naval side, the naval side is probably going to see one of the biggest expansions, even though well, no one plays naval. Just kidding. A lot of people actually play naval. But the thing is, they're going to see expansions into bigger and bigger ships. And hopefully, once the Yamato, once the Iowa, once the good old Bismarck is added into the game, people finally quit saying naval's boring and they start playing it, because that's all I've heard for the last, like, I don't know, 5 or so years of people just yelling, I need bigger ships, or I just won't play naval. And hopefully, once they get their bigger ships, they're going to see that, wow, this is really boring. you know, this bigger ship is just killing me, and it's going to be a really fun experience for a lot of people. And to be honest, this is probably one of the most negative areas I'm within the game, because whenever I played naval, I enjoyed like the destroyer BR and also destroyed maybe some little light cruisers. And the biggest place that I actually enjoyed was PT boats. But you know, since Gaijin, you know, separated the trees, for me, whenever it comes to PT boats, there's really not a reason to play them, because you know the main tech tree now is the blue water forces, and not having any research into them is kind of lame in my opinion. So one of the last areas that I want to actually predict is going to be something that's probably going to be way different from every other video ever that comes out about predicting about WarThunder, and that is going to be the content creator side of WarThunder. I think 2023 is going to be the year of where you see a bunch of content creators who are not like doing this are just going to like fall off. Like they're going to either start losing, you know, the viewership or something like that. And that's going to be the power of AI. So if you didn't know, there's now AI that literally do everything for you whenever it comes to content creation. You have things like Midjourney bot where you can even make emotes with it. You can get a general idea of what a thumbnail should look like, and then you can send it off for someone to make a professional one. But the thing is, there's this new bot or this new AI that can actually, you know, create titles for you. That can create descriptions for you. It can give you video ideas. And with that knowledge, you basically do what a content creator does. Like at the same time, like one of the biggest things that is like a block for a lot of people is figuring out the idea that they want to do, or even like titling the video, or even putting it in the description of the video to try to get it into either search or try to get it into recommendation based, the algorithm, right? And if a bot can do this and get you through the process faster and easier, a lot more people are going to find that barrier to entry whenever it comes to just content creation very small to actually do. Like the only thing that you really have to understand is, can you record from OBS, and can you also just put together a video within your, you know, editor, whatever you choose to do. And that's going to be a really key thing whenever it comes to 2023. You know, if we can make the barrier of entry very, very easy to get into as a content creator, it's going to be pretty insane. You know, the other thing for content creation whenever it comes to at least YouTube side of it is that there's going to be YouTube Shorts. So if you didn't know, YouTube Shorts after February is going to be monetized pretty much. I think it's like a 45 split with the creator. I'm not really sure though. But YouTube Shorts, if you're able to get a pretty decent monetization on it, a lot of people are actually going to switch to doing those, because the amount of effort it takes to actually make a full-length video and make a short is insane. Like you can pump out a short in like 5 minutes, and sometimes for a full-length video it can take days. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. You know, it's going to be a very interesting time. You know, just like every other year of WarThunder, there's going to be content creators who either quit playing the game, you know, who quit making content, and they kind of fall off. But I think this is going to be something that opens the door for a bunch of people to actually start doing it and actually start, you know, enjoying what they do. And that's one thing that I really hope for 2023. I really hope that we get out of this just like mentality of just negativity. Like if you don't like something, just don't like it and go away. Like go do something you actually enjoy whenever it comes to life. You know, quit like saying like, oh, does WarThunder bad? You know, the grind's bad. Or my two favorite ones, which is WarThunder is almost good, or WarThunder is an abusive relationship. I don't understand why people actually think like that, but yeah, whatever. I think one of the best things that I'm actually going to do this year is people who are just straight up negative and have nothing to bring to like a discussion at all. I'm just going to mentally block them out this year. I think that's like the easiest way to figure it out and how to do it this year. Is just people who are just straight up negative. They have no constructive criticism to whatever you're spouting. Just you know, mentally block them. Don't listen to what they say. And I think that's what a lot of people should actually do this year, whenever it comes to real life or whenever it comes to inside a video game. So I still have a lot of hope for WarThunder whenever it comes to 2023. I think it's probably going to be one of the years of WarThunder that we're kind of confused about what's actually going to happen within the game. You know, normally we kind of have like a general idea of what type of vehicle should be coming, but at the same time this year it seems like we have a lot of like questions but not enough answers, and maybe we'll get like a dev Q&A pretty soon to answer some of them. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next WarThunder video.